Hey guys, thanks so much for popping in and joining us today. We are throwing a video together to take a look at how to properly seal a pocket mask. This is what a pocket mask looks like. You probably have seen these before in many first aid kits or AED machine kits. And essentially what this is, it's a form of PPE that allows us to give proper and efficient ventilation to a victim of a breathing or cardiac emergency. So when we do our CPR cycles of 30 compressions and give 2 breaths, this pocket mask is what we would use to actually give those 2 breaths. It's really straightforward how to use them, but it is kind of difficult of a skill. So again, you want to ensure that you have the mask properly sealed. There are no gaps or breaks in the mask, because that will result in air loss and the air will not go to the lungs. It will slide out the sides of the mask there. So what we want to do is from the bridge of the nose to the base of the chin, we want to hold that mask with our one hand in the webbing of our index and thumb, index finger and thumb, and with our other hands, we use 2 hands to seal this mask, push down on the mask, pull the airway open, right? So it's a push-pull technique. So we seal, push, and pull to give our 2 ventilations. Those ventilations are about 1 second apart each, looking for the chest to rise and fall just to ensure the air actually got in. If you don't see the chest rise, it's not a great thing, especially when it comes to breathing emergencies or cardiac, because we want to provide oxygen. But what we can do is try to reposition and readjust, give a second breath. If we still don't see the chest rise, we're going to go right back to compressions, right? The reason why we don't want to kind of fool around and give more than 2 breaths at any point in CPR cycles, we want to delay interruptions of chest compressions to less than 10 seconds in time. So in other words, there should never be 10 seconds passing where we're not giving compressions on the chest. It's the most important part of CPR that we can do because, again, we're helping to move the remaining bit of oxygen-rich blood in the person's body. So compressions do that, which is why it's the most important thing. But with that said, the other thing could be possibly an airway obstruction. Maybe this was a choking emergency. The person was choking, we couldn't get it out, they've collapsed, and they're now not breathing, right? So again, these are some conditions that you may encounter. So in any case, never give more than 2 breaths. Even if you give a breath and you see, the chest does not rise, just retilt, reposition, give another breath, look for chest rise again, back to compressions if it still doesn't work. We don't want to delay those compression, again, to less than 10 seconds in time. So hopefully you guys found some value in that. These pocket masks do come in little kits. They have a little valve that you just simply plug right into the top of it. Very straightforward and simple to use. So hopefully you guys have those available, and if not, make sure you equip your first aid kits and your AED kits with these breathing PPE devices. That way we can give proper breath to a person experiencing a breathing or cardiac emergency. Thanks so much for joining us today.